Was good? Was good, y'all? How you feeling, man? I am Byron, your host, one half of the Mobile Home Lead Investors on this live today, midday live. Came to come live with y'all, talk about mobile home rentals, y'all. Mobile home rentals. So excited to share this live with y'all. And before we get into it, I'm gonna let a few people jump on here, man, and that way we go ahead and get started. If you need to share this live with somebody, go ahead and share this live with somebody. We are live on TikTok, we're live on Instagram, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook. So I'm excited to come on this live with y'all to definitely share more about what we have going on. Also, share just the benefit about mobile home. Um, Again, mobile home investing, and just share some resources today for y'all. So as y'all tap in, like I said, I'm excited to come on here. um, if you on Instagram, I won't be able to see y'all comments as much because we're using the platform to kind of stream everything. So if you want to kind of join us on Facebook, definitely tap in on Facebook. So what's up, y'all? So listen, again, I am your host, the charmer mobile home mogul, Byron Sellers. And listen, y'all, we pretty much specialize in all things mobile homes, right? This is what I've been dedicating my life to in the last 7 years. Mobile homes, manufactured homes, helping people get affordable housing, as well as just sharing the game so that you can learn another alternative way to get into real estate. You know, when you are looking to get into something, when you have some capital. And today I'm talking to people. If you can listen, if you got some capital, you got access 401k, you got some capital, you got some credit, you got access to upwards to at least $25,000 or more. This one is for you. Okay, this one is for you. And again, if listen, take notes. If you striving to get there, don't worry. Trust me, we are going to get you there with the many strategies that we talk about. But again, listen, I really wanted to share this with y'all. And do me a favor, on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like the channel. We truly appreciate that. Facebook, y'all know, just make sure you share. And this one is sponsored by our Elite Squad Network. So, man, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and dive in today for this afternoon. Just some good strategies to be able to help you out. All right. So here's the one thing: a lot of people, when it comes to mobile homes, I always say it's one of the best kept secrets. If you jumped on, you already heard about it. If you brand new to this, I got more to share with you all because I always want to help you look through a new lens of something that you may have never thought about. Now, when we think about mobile homes, right, do me a favor, drop in the comments. When you think about mobile homes, most of the times, what are some of the stigmas that you have about mobile homes? All right. What are some of the stigmas that you got about mobile homes? Now, I'll start with some of mine when I first got started, right? I thought about 8 Mile. I thought about, trailer park boys. I just had negative stigmas, right? Growing up in the Chicagoland area, moving to the city, moving to Chicago, I didn't see any mobile homes, right? So it wasn't anything, anything that was out there that I saw, right? And so it really put a new perspective on when we kind of tapped into this. And honestly, for one, when I first got started, y'all, listen, I had bad credit, I was broke, and I was able to get into this industry not having a lot, and it was able to change my life, and change so many other people's lives. So again, like I said, I had to come on here and just share with y'all definitely some strategy. I see, I was able to tap back in Instagram. Somebody said poverty when they think about mobile homes. So yeah, that's one of the key things as well, that when we think about mobile homes, we kind of have those negative stigmas. But I'm gonna break down today just some rental strategies that you can use to create some steady income, especially the end of 2025 and then going into 2026, right? There's a lot of times we don't really, we hear about passive income and things like that, but I'm gonna show y'all some stuff. It still takes work. I'm not gonna come on here and act like it's sweet, like it's hard, like it's super easy. But this is a way that at the end of the day, comment yes if every month, if you had a tenant that you were helping get affordable housing, that, sorry, on TikTok, I don't know why y'all keep asking me to co-host. I don't know, y'all. Stop. Y'all annoying. But anyway, um, if you can help somebody get affordable housing and they pay you every month and you get some steady income going in, trust me, Like that is something, it's a win-win, right? It's a win-win for both parties. So let's go over some strategies. So why mobile homes, right? So first thing we're gonna talk about the affordability, right? It's a way less acquisition costs. It costs less to buy a mobile home than a single family house. We moved down here to the Tampa area last year. And right now, Tampa, we're looking at the average house in the city of Tampa. We're looking at over $350,000 and up, right? You have areas, $1 million houses. You have areas, the area that we live in right now, average house around like 700 and up, right? Right now in this economy, there's a lot of houses sitting. I went on Zillow earlier, right? And I looked at how many houses was on the market right now in the Tampa area, and over 8,371 homes are for sale right now. It's a lot of inventory out there. Interest rates, people not buying right now, job security, right? So when we talk about houses moving, then we have sellers. For one, think about most sellers, they're not trying to come down on their price. Like, listen, if I came in and I see it was equity, I got equity in my house, I'm not trying to lose that. You got a lot of builders who done built a lot of new homes. So it's a lot of things on the market right now. But one thing for sure, people need affordable housing. That's not going to change. It's not changing. People need affordable housing. So in this space, when we talk about affordable housing, right? How can we help? Manufacture homes, right? So this is one of the things why today we're going to talk about mobile home rentals, because again, having manufactured homes can really help that, right? So when we talk about the acquisition costs versus, think about it. I'm in Tampa. If I find a house off market, a single family home off market for less than 125,000, that's amazing, right? Now I might have to go put another 75 to $100,000 into it. I'm all upwards to 200, but the ARV may be upwards to 300 some thousand. But if I want that for a rental, the average rent, I'm looking at a 3-bedroom, I'm looking at 2,800, a little bit more. Okay, after I'm paying my mortgage and everything like that, my vacancies, after I'm paying, if I get real, like we start really breaking down the numbers. If I got an HOA, if I got insurance, my taxes, the maintenance for the house, right? Any other type of monthly income and things like that, on a good day, I may be able to cash flow on that 200 some $1,000 asset, $700 plus cash flow. Not bad, right? Let's talk about, again, acquisition costs. If I'm able to find a mobile home, I just put it in my Instagram story yesterday, a mobile home that was in Hudson, New York. Now, again, the reason I did New York, because New York we know what the cost of living is in New York. That house in Hudson, I think Hudson, New York is about an hour and plus from Manhattan. It was a $50,000 mobile home. The average rent in Hudson, New York was over $2,000. So if I buy something for $50,000, even if I go get, or even if I acquire and I get a loan for it, that means that for $50K, most likely my payments are going to be less than a few $400 or $500, and I can cash flow $1,500 or more. Let's say it was in a mobile home park, which we'll talk about. My cash flow, I could still get close to over $750 or $800 plus for an asset that's $50,000 versus me having to go to get in debt $100,000 plus and then take over time. Think about this. In less than 3-4 years, I can own this asset free and clear, and that's all profit. Versus normally when we go a single family house route, we got to get into like 30 years, right? 20 years worth of in debt. And yes, it's paying for itself, but I'd rather own something free and clear and have multiple of those so that I'm able to continue to rinse and repeat. Right? Meaning next, we have a higher cash on cash return potential when it comes to mobile homes. Most people don't know mobile homes are the highest form of cash on cash return in real estate. You can look it up. This just ain't me saying, you can look it up. If you go Google this right now, it's the highest cash on cash. For why? Because the assets are so low. Let me go to Instagram. Somebody on Instagram earlier said trailer park trash, right? So most people think that trailers are trash, and they say another man's trash is another man's what? Treasure. It's so many gems. that people overlook because they have this mindset that no, hey, like that ain't that can't make no money. And so when most people think this isn't going to make any money, right? And everybody's over here chasing this shiny object, people slightly over here is profiting and winning. I just want to help y'all learn another winning strategy to add to your bag, right? And if you lock in and you focus on this one thing, you can do you can build a very strong portfolio with mobile homes. All right? So real quick, with that being said, just want to go ahead and do a quick plugger, y'all. Listen, if you are on Instagram, if you on Facebook, listen, if comment, kickstart. Listen, we got a 5-day challenge, which we're going to go over a lot more strategies. September 15th to the 19th next week. Comment, kickstart. It's only $47. TikTok, the link is in the bio. The link is also in the description if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube. All right. So I wanted to throw that in. Definitely come join so you can learn even more in 5 days. Spend 5 days with us. All right, back to it. So think about this, okay? Now, think about this. There's a huge demand for affordable housing. There's an affordable housing crisis. I was just watching earlier, right? Whereas again, I don't like watching fear mongering videos on YouTube, but something came and it was just like America is going to fall. And I'm like, dang, like, like what is this dude talking about? And I went on there and it was just basically talking about again, if the dollar collapsed, what's happening? We're in trillions of dollars of debt. Every second we rake up $100,000 in debt. And it was just talking about the demand for affordable housing, how people really couldn't afford. And I'm just like, yo, like this is crazy. And knowing the facts that I know, right, that it's over 20 million people living in mobile homes. 6% of the population is over 374, over 375 million people in America. And one of the key things I remember in a few years ago in administration, they were talking about that they couldn't build enough manufactured homes. So saying that it's a high demand and it's showing that this is one of the alternatives that they were thinking about, right? When it comes to affordable housing, it made me truly think like, man, so I have been onto something. We have been able to lead in this, but how many other people can help with affordable housing and how many other people can not only help but still benefit financially from doing good work? Right? Having a purpose in it. Because a lot of times we leave with money and we like, yo, I want to get the mobile homes. I'm flip some mobile homes for money, money, money. And I'll be honest, most people who flip mobile homes for money, money, money get burnt out and they chasing the next thing. They chasing the next thing. It ain't fast enough. It's not sexy. Being real, you go to a conference, you go to something, you talking to your friends, like, what you do? Oh, I flip mobile homes, trailers. Bro, hold on. You at trailer parks, you flip, what you mean? Like, and don't get me wrong, they're gonna be curious, but it's not sexy. And I'll be honest, this is not a sexy business. This not a phone business when you're on your phone. Just can you do things? Absolutely. This business is not even that caught up on technology yet. There's strategies you can use, but this is the boots on the ground. You need to be in the trenches. But again, if you are purpose led, it's fun. It's a lot of fun when you purpose led, right? What's up, family? How you feeling? All right. So I say that to say I just want to be able to share with y'all because when you start thinking about it, right? Affordable housing. And here's the thing: when it's affordable housing, what do people always want to do? It's a constant rental demand. We are living right now. There's a huge rental demand. You have these big hedge funds, the Black Rocks and things. They're buying so many single family homes that they're saying they're forecasting that over 40% of Americans is going to be renting at rates, at extreme rates. So for yourself, if we know, right, go start looking at history. If we know that people are going to need affordable housing, why don't we put ourselves in a position and diversify, right? If you want to do traditional real estate, multifamily, and be able to help people with manufactured houses. Because there's still a roof over somebody here, right? What's going on, family? How you feeling? Okay. So this is something again I want to be able just to share with y'all. And again, we're gonna get right into it, some strategies. But like I'm saying, I really want you to just see it through a different lens, right? You may have never thought about it. This is something you like, okay, all right, what is he talking about? And you may have never thought about mobile homes, but we're gonna talk about why this can be. I don't even want to use the word lucrative because sometimes I feel like lucrative is salesy, like it's a lucrative business. And I ain't trying to sprinkle snake oil on y'all and things like that. I'm just being realistic. Again, I'm just trying to give you a new lens to look through. That's it. Put some on your mental. You getting as you scrolling, you getting flooded with so many things, but I'm gonna give you the facts, right? That's all I can do is give you the facts. All right. So with that being said, right, let's talk about all right. When it comes to rentals, you have flexibility. You can own your own land, put mobile homes there, have rentals there, or you can even have rentals in mobile home parks. Now, here's the thing about mobile homes renting in parks. Not all mobile home communities want you to be a landlord in their park. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why. As a mobile home park owner, let's say you live an hour away, you got a rental, you a slumlord. Well, guess who they're gonna complain to? They're gonna complain to the mobile home park manager or the owner that you ain't doing your job. Something break, you not doing your job. So a lot of times they've been burning like, nah, we don't even care for that. Like, nah, you can't do that. So I'm always give you the heads up. But if you own the land, you control more, right? I'm not telling you at the end of the day, I don't want nobody to be a slumlord, right? But it's more money in your pocket. So let's break that down, right? Let's break it down when it comes to the first strategy, which is renting in mobile home parks. Let me put that on the screen, right? Renting in mobile home parks. Let me put that on the screen so y'all can see that. Again, if you're on TikTok, you won't be able to see it. Oops, my bad. That was an old joint for me and wifey. All right, let's go ahead and put this on here, right? Renting in mobile home parks. All right. So with that being said, the first strategy we talk about renting in mobile home parks. This is where you find a mobile home community. They have a few vacant houses or a seller is selling. And it's let's say I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say the mobile home inside the mobile home community. We're gonna say in North Carolina, Greensboro area, North Carolina to be specific, right? And let's say this mobile home is only it's a 1987. It needs some work, and they only want 10,000 for it. You negotiate it, you get it for 7,500. Then you go make it clean, safe, and functional. You go put another, let's say, 10,000 into it, right? So you all in 17,500. Now, if the mobile home community, they have something in mobile home community, just like HOAs, it's called lot rent, right? Any mobile home community that you see, each and every home you see there pay a monthly fee for their home being on the land, right? They're leasing the land. The mobile home park owner is the real landlord. So they're leasing the land. So I'm in Florida. I've seen it. Sometimes it can be very high, right? It's times where I've seen communities 1,200 plus in California, like California, you're talking almost $2,000 a month HOA, right? They're very high, but then you have reasonable. The average lot rent right now in the country is right around $375, $400. So you still have sometimes 450, 500, which is pretty solid right now in today's right. So let's say again, you are. I don't know what happened to my screen. Okay, there we go. So let's say you buy the home, you all in 17,500. Let's say the lot rent, we're gonna say 650, right? Now I'm gonna Google Greensboro, North Carolina, average rent. Let's see what it is. Currently, per Google, the average rent is for two-bedroom apartments 13,500. One bedroom is 13,500. A two-bedroom is 1,500, right? So we're gonna say it's 1,500, right? 1,500. We're gonna actually go below it because it's a mobile home park. Let's say $1,300. So $1,300, we're gonna say this is we're gonna say $1,300, and we got to pay 1,300. We're gonna rent it out for 1,300, and then let's say the lot rent. What did I say? We're gonna say it's 600. 600. We're gonna go 600. I can cash flow $700. So guess what? $700 in a year, 8,400. Remember, I paid 17,500. In 2 years, 16,800. It means by year three, guess what we doing? All profit. All profit. So this is just one strategy. Now here's the thing. I said 17,500. Some of y'all live in markets where these mobile homes are even less than that. Now, like I told you before, you definitely have to be careful, right? Quick question. You said, so what is I have it under what if I have under contract? Can I still do a rental? Oh, okay. I need you to wait about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go over there. That's a good because that's a different strategy. Ooh, you try to I get it. You try to get some, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get that play to you. All right. But I need you. You just got a message. Come on to the challenge. All right, because we got even more, but I like that way you thinking, right? Now, again, I'm in the mobile home park, right? When we in the mobile home park, it's a little bit stricter. It's a little bit stricter, right? And so you can still make a profit. You don't own the land. And here's the caveat though. They can increase rents, which can eventually affect your tenant. So me personally, I'm gonna give y'all when if I'm doing it, I prefer to do a rent to own in a shorter window, 3 to 4, 3 to 4 year window. Because I know they can own their house. If the lot rent increases, soon they'll be owning their own home versus me trying to do a longer hold a rental. Because a lot of times, yeah, I can do year to year, but now I got to take in place vacancy. Because here's the thing: when they leave, guess who got to pay the monthly HOA, the lot fee? Me as the owner. So you can still win in mobile home parks. I'm not knocking it, but you just got to be very strategic, right? So again, let's say I'm buying a mobile home for $7,000. The lot rent only $400. I rent it out for $950. Then I'm cash flowing $550. Again, smaller, right? But guess what? It's some people who have multi-families that's only cash flowing $550, and they have 100,000 plus in debt. When I just came off that 7 bands, and now I'm able to cash flow, right? So the next strategy, which to me, this is again, if you have access to capital, right? And you got access to capital, you already doing some single family or your first time. This is gonna tell you mobile homes on private land, meaning you own the dirt. It's not in the mobile home community. You own the dirt, okay? And within this strategy, right? This is when you find, for me, I like to find either an older mobile home that needs to be repaired that comes with it. That a lot of times people don't, you just really paying for the land. The value of the house ain't really there. But once you come in and renovate that, now guess what? You just added value, right? You can definitely see what the later comps is, but now you can get market value rent or more because now it's about the square footage. It's not about the fact that it's a mobile home on here, right? Jesus Christ, TikTok, y'all some. I don't even know how y'all. My bad. TikTok interrupting. It's just random people that just ask to be on your live, and you like, chill. I know you don't even care about this. Chill. But listen. So with that being said, you got appreciation. The value can appreciate now that you own the land, right? You get the tax benefits that somebody that with single family houses get. You get way more, how to say this? You have way more control if you own the land, right? You ain't got no lot rent. And right now the resale value is going to be even more because of the fact that you added value to that home. Now you can actually sell that, either as a note to somebody, or you can sell that with a tenant in there and make even more money. So owning the land is very, very lucrative. Very, very lucrative. Okay. Now to go back to earlier, the young lady said, if I have it under contract, she said, yeah, if I have it under contract, can I try to do a rental? So in that case, if you have something under contract, you can go back and approach your seller and say, hey, listen, especially if it's not really moving, like, listen, would you be open to seller finance? What do you mean? Well, I'll just give an example. Let's say the seller is asking for $30,000, right? Well, we're gonna say $70,000. Let's say the seller's asking for $70,000. You're like, listen, right now it's kind of tough. Nobody really coming out, nobody getting financed for 70. But if you don't necessarily need the lump sum, what we can do, we can work something out, right? Whereas we can get you a down payment, right? And if we get you a down payment, what if I can get you a down payment of like at least like 10,000 down, 14,000 down, right? And you're like, yeah, because that way it can help you get to wherever you need. So let's say you need 10,000. So it's like 60,000 left, right? And you say, all right, cool. So what if I can get you payments of, I can get you a payment for at least $1,000 a month for the next 5 years. You can make it even longer, right? You can say, all right, what if I can get you payments of, 833 for 833 for next 72 months. So that's like a car. And they say, all right, now here's the thing. Let's say the average rent in that area is again 2,500. So now if they agree to that, you can find somebody who will put that money down, right? You can tack on, let's say 2,500. Let's say it's 2,500. Let's say you're giving them 833. That's 1,666. And let's say the lot rent is 750. Right? So let me do that again, my calculator. So let's say again, and actually I see, okay, here, I'm gonna do your numbers. You get live coaching on here. I got you. So you said $12,000, right? So let's say the house is 12,000, and you say, look, I can get you 12,000, I can get you 15% down. So if somebody put down 1,800, so 12,000 minus 1,800 relieves 1002. Let's say you tack on like another 10% interest. So 10. Let's say you again 11,000, and then over time, let's say you stretch that out and just say, all right, look, I can get you in the next 3 years payments of 306 a month. They may not like it, but let's say 306 a month. You tack on your extra, right? So let's say, for example, the average rent is, we're gonna go again, 2,000. Lot rent is 750, and you giving him his 306 because he's making monthly a month. You made 944 a month if you're able to do seller finance. It's just a strategy. We talking strategy right now. Absolutely. But again, come join that challenge. So I got you. We get more in depth with that. All right. So Saul on Instagram said yes. So Saul, just shoot me a DM. We can definitely chat more about that. As far as that mentorship. I actually got 2 more spots left in my mentorship. I do offer mentorship, one-on-one, my accelerator program. I got 2 spots opened up for the quarter. So if you're looking for one-on-one guidance and you want to do a deal together, let's work. Right. That's for me. My biggest thing is we do deals together. So go get you more details. Just shoot me a DM and just say one-on-one mentorship or accelerator. And then we'll, that way we can talk more about what that program entails. All right. So let's see. I gotta just schedule a call. Like I said, shoot me a DM. And then we go, like I said, we go over details. My team and I go over details with you when it comes to costs. All right. So the next thing is, here's the thing. Okay. Let me go to my points. I was on my bullet points. My bad, y'all. My bad. All right. Then we're going to talk about just the rent to own or seller finance strategy. Rent to own, seller finance. The difference between rent to own, seller finance. Rent to own is, again, they can rent. They can walk away anytime they kept the money, or you have a time at the end of the contract. Let's say they were doing rentals. Then let's say you say, okay, cool. You know what? After 4 or 5 years, now you can own this property. You got one down, you got one more last payment, and then you own the property, right? So the finance is almost like you're acting like the bank, right? You're acting like a mortgage company. So it's like, hey, this is the total cost. The cost is $70,000. At the end of this term, 72 months, 10, whatever that may be, you own the property. Difference in seller finance, rent to own. But we're gonna talk about rent to own when it comes to this strategy. The reason why I like this is because the tenants take care of the home. The tenants take care of the home. So when you're doing rent to own or seller finance, it's their responsibility. You're not necessarily a landlord because they are renting with the intention to own. So they're getting more responsibility to own the home, right? So one of the key things, I reason why I used to, when we honestly our first 3 years, I used to love rent to own because it was just like the cash flow was good. We didn't have maintenance, and most of our properties were like literally an hour and a half, 2 hours plus. We had properties in we're living in Chicago. We had properties in South Bend, Indiana, that were almost 2.5 hours away. So trying to go and fix something was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So the rent to own really helped because that put the responsibility on the tenant. Now, here's the thing. We always made sure the house was clean, safe, and functional. Clean, safe, and functional. Why? Because here's the thing. If you put somebody in a space, you gotta ask yourself, how, have you ever lived something where you had like a crappy landlord that didn't barely want to fix something that barely was just really out here, you know what I'm saying? Like that give you a bad taste in your mouth. So you gotta be willing to when you especially against somebody who has affordable housing, they're giving you something to say they last, but this is, they may be one paycheck from not having a home, or this is, again, this is affordable so they can actually have some type of lifestyle and not be bottled down with housing costs, right? Like you're giving somebody a chance. So you want to give them something of quality, right? Especially when you in the northern states where snow, and or you down here in Florida. Of course, we know with hurricanes or whatever that may be, you want to give them a good quality home. So that takes investing a little bit more, not cutting corners, making sure that their house is insulated the right way, making sure the plumbing is intact, making sure making sure everything is good, no leak. Like this is because you got to think about it. Would you want somebody to put your mama in something like that? Would you want somebody to put your brother, your sister in something like that? So sometimes we got to start thinking like, no, that ain't about the buck. It's about, again, the humanity and making sure somebody has a clean, safe, and functional home that's affordable. Okay. So rent to own, again, it works because people take more pride into it. They know like this is going to be mine. Just like perfect example, every homeowner on here, every single homeowner on here, you treat like that's your home. I don't care. I don't care if you just got the mortgage. I don't care if you got 15 years on your mortgage, 4 years on your mortgage, whatever. That's your home. You don't let nobody come in and disrespect your house. Let somebody come and be like, "No, this ain't your crib. This Bank of America crib." You're like, "No, Bank of America don't cut this grass. Bank of America don't paint these." Like, when you own a home, you can't call Bank of America like, "Hey, representative, hey, how's it going? Yeah, so we've been smelling a gas leak, and can you send somebody out here?" You can do that when you in an apartment when you're renting, but you can't do that. Everything is on you. You are fully responsible for that. So same thing, you're providing a sense of home ownership for that person. So again, this is one of the things. So before we get off, I want to talk about just ways that you can, when you're doing this, right? And real quick, let me give you an example of what that looks like, right? Let's say, again, you got a home, somebody can give you a 3K up front, they give you 3K a move-in fee up front, right? Then it may be 850 a month, right? You cover 400 a month for lot rent or whatever it may be, 450 cash flow, plus you got the option fee. That's what that can look like, right? You get upfront money plus monthly cash flow. Okay. Now, here's some mistakes that you want to avoid, right? Here's the thing. You got to make sure your agreement's intact. This ain't just a verbal agreement. You got to make sure your contract is intact, right? Come rock with us. We can get y'all. Make sure you got all of that stuff. Ignoring park rules. Listen. You can't just go buy a mobile home. Don't get approved by the park, or don't get somebody to just move them in there. Right? Like you don't want that hassle though. You don't want to be you against the mobile home park because they gonna win because it's theirs. All right, I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. Like they gonna win, so you don't want that. All right, you don't never want to underestimate repairs. And I told you don't want to be that slumlord. Like you ain't trying to put people in bad situations. So a lot of times, like we don't even budget. We hear this like, oh man, I saw a mobile home on Facebook Marketplace. Man, it was only like $500, and you go look at it like, whoa, like this thing gonna take like 15,000. But yeah, I got like seven, and now you stuck. Now here's the thing: I'm gonna give you a quick exit strategy. You just sell it to another investor so they can complete the job and make some money on it. But don't put yourself in that situation. And you trying to pay lot rent and all that stuff. Like, no. And then here's one thing I messed up at when I was early in my career, not screening tenants properly. A matter of fact, we screened the tenant and I saw the red flags. They had the credit was out of there, right? Just and I'm like, I was just desperate to get a tenant in, and I fell for the story. At the end of the day, it's business, it's not personal. You got to go with the best qualifying person that you feel. When I say you feel that their data shows the responsibility to be able to pay monthly and afford it. I didn't listen to the data. I started listening here and here and thinking like, oh man, like this, I want to create an opportunity. And yes, I do want to create an opportunity, but I learned within 4 months that the opportunity that I created said, I ain't paying you no more. So I learned the hard way, right? You learn lessons, you live and you learn. And now I had to pay attention to the data. The data, nah, sorry. Not maybe not here. Again, if you have Section 8 and things like that, right? You got the government backing you just in case this person don't pay, then yeah, we can take that risk. Because I know the government gonna back and pay that. Or I know another agency, or it's so many different programs that helps people that gives vouchers, right? So real quick, man, I want to kind of just reiterate today what we talked about again. When we talk about rental properties, we talked about again renting in mobile home parks. We talked about having mobile homes on private land rentals. And then we just talked about these, rent to own strategy. Any questions, man, before we jump off of here? Like I said, I wanted to come on hang here. I'm actually longer we've been hanging about 37 minutes. Any questions that y'all got? TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, any questions that y'all may have. Um, and listen, y'all, like I said, why you got your questions. If there's no questions, just wanted to make sure y'all know, man. Listen, if you're ready to get in the game, you got some capital, you got access to, like I said, $25,000 plus, ready to make a change, and you ready to go hard. Man, listen, it's gonna be a link below in the description. Let's get you on a call with my team to talk about our one-on-one program. Like I said, we got 2 slots left open for the quarter. I like doing these things as quarters, and man, like I said, let's go ahead and partner. This is a partnership program. Looking to build. Like I said, we got 2 spots. Schedule your call today. Let's get it. Let me see if y'all got any questions. Any questions? And if no questions, do me a favor. If you enjoyed this, just drop the fire sign below. I appreciate if you've been hanging out with me we've been on here now almost 40 minutes. I truly appreciate you for hanging out with me. If you just jumped on, man, I appreciate your time. That's one of the most expensive things that you can give me is your time. So I truly, truly appreciate you. And continue to look out for more videos. Do me a favor, y'all. If it's something that you want to learn, definitely drop in the chat, again, what you're looking to learn. We always want to make sure we provide value for you. Again, go ahead, Quinn. You can go ahead and ask your question. So you got a question on Facebook. Let me see. Instagram. I get it. Instagram. Y'all might hang on here for about a lot of y'all accidentally be jumping in lives. Like, oops, I didn't even do that. I was trying to look at this story. TikTok, y'all be scrolling. Let me see. Let me just jump in this real quick. Let's see. Okay, it says, should you do rooming houses for mobile homes? That all depends on, for one, where, if it's a community that accepts that. If you control the land, yeah, it's nothing wrong with it. I think that when it comes to mobile homes that come with the land, mobile homes that you can rent out rooms. That is how you stretch your dollar, right? And you kind of cover yourself, because let's say you have 3 bedrooms and let's say one person moves out. Well, you still got somebody at least paying the lot rent, right? Versus having a vacancy completely out, right? If you got two, so um I like it used to be, you just got to be, you got to make sure your rules are in place. You got to make sure that you're following everything, that all of the guidelines, to make sure it runs, and make sure that if you have it in a park that you do it the right way. But yes, I know some people have been very successful when it comes to room rental. So that's a good question. All right, TikTok. She said, What's the 25K price point for?" So that is for I would say this 25,000. If you have capital and you're looking to invest, do a fix and flip, that is a good price point to be at, right? If you got access to that, I'm gonna say any market we can find you a deal, as long as you got at least 25,000. Now, there's some markets where you may let's see, there's some markets you can get mobile homes still under $5,000. I'm not gonna say it's rare, but 10,000, between $5,000 and $10,000. And then some markets 15. Then there's some markets where especially metro areas in the city, mobile homes are 25,000 and up, right? 50,000, right? Depending on where you are. So I just honestly tell, back in the day when we first started, oh yeah, you can find mobile homes $5,000 all day. That truly depends on where you are. But 25 is enough comfortable for you to get in a deal if you want to do a fix and flip. Now, if you got no capital and things like that, you got wholesaling, right? Or I don't even like saying no money, right? Like, wholesaling still takes something. It takes gas. It takes to pay your phone bill. It takes marketing, right? Can you get a deal without having? Yes, but you got to work hard, and you got to know how to get leads, and you got to be out in these streets. But to get wholesaling is about lead generation. How many it's numbers games. How many leads can we generate to be able to get us a deal closed? All right. Says, what market are you in? Well, right, currently we are in the Tampa market. So we invest in Central Florida now. Pretty much, I go as far as Lakeland. I may go a little bit further. I go as far as north as Ocala, as far as South Sarasota. All right. Ryan, what's up, Ryan? Ryan said, "Hey, I mean, I gotta do a real estate exam, then I'll be able to become a real estate agent in Jersey. Do you know any good tips when looking for a good broker?" So yeah, I'll tell you this. One of the tips I use when looking for a good broker is, if I go on, like, for example, just going on Zillow, I like going on see what's sold. Um so I'll switch it to see what's sold, and then I like to see what's sold in like the last like 14 to like 30 days. And then I start clicking, and then I'll see that real estate information. I'll plug it in Google. Um yeah, I'll plug their information in Google, and then a lot of times I can find their company website or find them, and then from there it will show me their portfolio, how many homes they have on the market, how many homes they'll show sold. So that's one thing. If I see, especially in mobile homes, if I can really specialize and find people who sold mobile homes. If I see that they're currently selling and they've been selling, then I know, okay, that's a good broker. They're closing. To me, that's what a good broker is. Somebody who's closing. So that's the person I like to contact, because a lot of times they have access to either more buyers, and then they even again, you could possibly work with them on deals, right? They may be able to help you find deals. Um, so yeah, that's one of the strategies I'll tell you, Ryan. Good question. All right, let's see, let's see. Yes, yeah, Polk County in the house. What up? What up? All right, says we done tons of mobile home flips down here. 50 to, hey, let's go. 50. Hey, that's why I love Florida, man. Listen, when I was in Chicago, my biggest profit from a flip was $10,000. Florida, $50,000. Like, it's like, and again, like we've kind of been breaking down some numbers on deals that, like, I'm talking about close to like 70, 80, even after closing costs, man. So Florida's a gold mine when you talk about all over Florida, actually. When you talk about, like, and we talking about, imagine like being less than like 150,000 all in, and still, or even being under 100,000 and being able to flip for like 50 to 60,000. Now, it depends on what markets you are in, but it's a lot of potential, like finding some hot markets. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say Spring Hill. Like it's some markets out here. You gotta do your if you come to the challenge, I got you. You know what I'm saying? If y'all, like I said, y'all would come do a deal with us, man. Shout out Sean. Pass split is also what you can use. Will also let you use mobile homes now. That's for and I want to say Miss Belvin. I'm gonna say I don't want to butcher your name. So if you talk about room rentals, man, Sean said and Bama. Hey Sean, man, let's connect. If you can find me on like an Instagram, yeah, Instagram, Facebook, or something like that. I know just see me mention on YouTube, or, something like that. And then we can connect, man. Definitely love to talk mobile homes. I love connecting with people that's down here that's already doing it. We still rookies into the Florida market, but would love to connect and see, what you guys are up to and definitely see how we can add value. So love it, man. All right. So with that being said, I truly appreciate y'all. Like I said, y'all time, man. About to got my in-laws in town last night, man. I'm gonna miss them. Keep talking about having a babysitter. Oh no, but man, truly appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, we're gonna be doing these random pop-up lives, man. I truly appreciate y'all. Next week we live for 5 days. And man, like I said, we got a lot of stuff in store for you. So do me a favor if you are on YouTube, right? If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this channel. If you're on Facebook, make sure you hit that follow button or share this live with somebody else. TikTok, truly appreciate y'all. Instagram, make sure you following us. And man, God bless every single one of y'all, man. Let's get it into next time. Let's go.